So you have an online community, or you're looking to create an online community, and you're trying to figure out how much is enough content. How can I post in my community to where I have active members and I have people participating and I'm showing up without burning out? Well, in today's video, I am going to be walking you through how you can identify how much to post within your online community so that you don't experience burnout, so that you can stay consistent and really show up in your audience and ultimately be able to have an engaged audience. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. If you're ready to build your thriving community and you're trying to figure out what platform to use, I want you to check out one of my favorite platforms, which is Kajabi. You can build your community, host memberships, online courses, coaching programs, email marketing, your website, your funnels, and so much more. So if you are interested in checking it out, I have a 30-day trial where you can see if it's a good fit for you. And also you can get some exclusive bonuses that I have for you that will help making launching so much easier and faster. So you can check that out in the link below. Hey there, Brittany Darrington here, and welcome to the Template Society channel, where we help coaches and creators to build an online business, saving time and saving their sanity by using templates. Now, before we dive into this video series, I definitely want you to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing and you can get notified of some of our upcoming videos. Also, if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know if you are looking to build a community below and what type of community you're looking to create. So most creators usually create their community. They're super excited. They can't wait to be able to help their audience to be able to get quick wins, get results and transformations, provide value, to connect, and so much more. But then they start to feel overwhelmed. They start to ghost their audience because they don't know what to post, what to say, how to really keep them engaged. And ultimately that community really starts to fizzle out. And I don't want that for you, because communities can be a really great way for you to be able to grow your audience, sell to your audience, and ultimately scale in your business. So let's go ahead and identify what's going to work best for you and your community. Please note that it is not a one-size-fits-all. I want you to do what's going to work best for the people that you are serving and for yourself within your business so that you can truly show up and provide as much value as possible. So the first thing that we want to do when you're trying to identify how much content to post within our community is to really get clear on our audience. We want to know, what do they expect? What's going to be the best fit for them? How much time do they really have to put into this community? We don't want to post something daily and expect them to show up daily and have them feeling overwhelmed and then they just leave the community. But instead, we want to think through, where are they currently at? Where's my current ideal audience at right now in their lives? Do they have 1 hour a week? Do they have 30 minutes every day? What does that look like for them so that when they do show up, they can get the most out of this community? I know when I am teaching on funnels and sharing about how to create your website, that can feel overwhelming, and a lot of people need time to really process what I'm sharing and implement it into their business. So if I were to post every single day about updating your website, updating your funnels, and how to fix it, it would be overwhelming for my audience. So I want you to really think through, how can you better understand your audience so that you know what their life is looking like? If they have 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, 1 hour a week, whatever that looks like, we really need to be clear on who our audience is so that then you are able to create the content that is going to best serve them. Now, one thing I want you to remember when you are creating content and better understanding your audience, it is better to post quality and post just content that's truly going to be of value versus just posting in quantity, meaning you're posting every day just to show up and say that you posted. I would rather post once a week where I am able to provide maybe a 10-minute video with tips and strategies and things that they can actually execute, or ways that they can be able to better themselves, versus me posting a ton of different posts and not getting anything out of it. So now that you better understand your audience and how much time they really have to give toward this community, I want you to think about your frequency. How often should you be posting in your community? Again, I can't give you that answer. You know who you're serving. You know who's going to show up day in and day out. You know how much time they have. Most likely there's someone who has experienced what you have experienced in the past. So you know what that feels like. And if you are noticing that, hey, it's best that I show up daily for my audience or weekly, or I show up once a month, or I have different types of content. I might share a few minimal content in the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week, I provide a lot longer, lengthier content. I want you to think about what that looks like. So let's say you're going to do daily content. I want you to really think of this as more of an optional, only if it's sustainable. I want you to think of things like quick wins, motivational tips that you can share, maybe mini prompts, or you can do short wins that other members have experienced, or you can even do a quick 1-minute video where you share something and help people to execute. You can do challenges and things along those lines to really help engage your audience if you're going to go the daily route. Now, daily can be overwhelming if you don't have a content strategy. You might start off really strong in the beginning where you're posting every day, you're feeling really active in your community, but then all of a sudden you start to notice that people are fizzling out. They're not communicating and not commenting as much. They're not participating. So as I have mentioned, I would rather have quality posts and quality type of content versus quantity. Okay, so now let's talk about weekly. If you decide to go weekly, which I would highly recommend that you have weekly posts at least. If you can, I try to do 2 posts a week where I have one meaty post and one more interactive post, some sort of engagement post. You can do things like an educational tip or an how-to post. You can even do a video tutorial and you are walking people through how to execute and implement certain things. These are great ways for you to kind of mix up your content, but ultimately be able to connect with your audience at least once a week and be able to keep that engagement going. Now, let's talk about monthly engagement. Now, I highly recommend in your community that you at least show up once a week. That's a really great way to keep people engaged versus showing up once a month where people kind of lose interest and they totally forget about this community. And you don't want people to start quitting because they don't feel like they're getting anything out of it. But if you show up where you are providing maybe one large event per month, this is a really great way for your audience to get the most out of this community in addition to your weekly content. So monthly content that I would share would be things like Q&As or full-on tutorials and trainings and things that you're going to maybe host live or meetups and whatnot. This is where I would host longer events and have content that is longer and meatier, where your audience is able to interact and connect with other like-minded individuals. So I would host that once a month. Now, let's talk about creating a content calendar, because when you are creating a community, you want to not just post random things, you want to really be strategic about what you're posting. Again, if your audience is willing to pay you for your community and be able to show up and interact, you want to respect their time. So we don't want to just post a whole bunch of fluff and silly things that don't necessarily move the needle forward. We want to help them to really gain value and see transformation and so much more. So let's whip out this content calendar. Let's get really clear on what we're going to be posting over the next couple of weeks. I have a content calendar that I absolutely love. So you can learn more about that content calendar in the resources below. We have a community content kit and you can learn more about that. Now let's talk about leveraging templates. Now it would only be right for me to talk about templates, right? Because ultimately I sell templates and I think templates help to make your process so much easier versus starting from scratch. So you can leverage templates to help you to create your posts without feeling burnt out. Now, I know you might be thinking, okay, I want to change my content up. I want to do different things all the time. And that's fine, you can. But let's have some basic content templates to work with, whether it's graphic templates, text templates, email templates, announcement templates, whatever it may be. We want to make it as easy as possible for us to be able to properly show up for our audience. As you can see, there are tons of templates that you can get started with, but the main goal is to identify what are you doing, what does your different type of content look like, so that you can create an actual template system around that and ultimately be able to create your content a lot faster. So there you have it. You get to decide how much content is enough content to post within your community. There's no right or wrong answer, but the main goal is to be able to provide quality, to be able to show up for your audience in a way where they're able to truly see transformation and get results, and ultimately be able to connect with them so that you aren't just posting to post. You are able to build a community that grows and thrives and interacts with your audience versus having a dead community that does not want to interact. They feel overwhelmed every time they step in the community, and ultimately they leave. So pick what works best for you, create that content calendar, really plan out your schedule, and think about templates to help make this process a heck of a lot easier. If you're looking to build your community and you're not sure what platform to build this on, I highly recommend that you check out Kajabi. I have a 30-day trial for you that will allow you to jump on, see if this is a good platform, and see if it's a good fit. And also I have some exclusive bonuses that will help making launching so much faster. You can check that link out below. Okay, I will see you in the next video series where we're going to dive in deeper into how to build your online community.